One quick note before we begin this episode. This panel and conversation took place on Clubhouse and was recorded with permission of all the panelists and audience members in the room. Welcome to 10,000 Tacos and welcome to a very special episode. It is a privilege for our podcast to be a part of announcing the following. People of the world, it is with great honor to introduce Diana Medina and Eddie Vega as they help usher in a new era. Without further ado, welcome to the future of tacos.
We, the signatories, hereby establish the International Taco Council, heretofore referred to as the Taco Council, as a reimagining of the National Taco Council of yore. We do so to reflect the internationalization of the taco and la gastronomía mexicana. The Taco Council embraces the taco as the taco embraces the globe. We, the Taco Council signatories, a collective of journalists, poets, chefs, taqueros, and cocineras tradicionales, thought leaders, and academics, believe tacos are a force for good. We endeavor to spread la buena palabra del taco to all corners of this tortilla-wrapped world.
The Taco Council's mission also includes the preservation of tradition and history, chronicling the development of the greatest gastronomy the world has ever seen, and looking toward the future with open eyes and open minds. We seek to connect individuals who are passionate about the taco and Mexican cuisines wherever they live in El Mundo, be it Berlin or Beirut, Durango or Des Moines, Syracuse or Sydney. Most importantly, the Taco Council seeks to spread the joy of the taco in earnest and in jest.
The Taco Council follows in the tradition of its San Antonio predecessor's legacy of political discourse, civic action, hijinks, and carrying the tradition to the international stage. We will give voice to the people of the tortilla for the tortilla, advocating for the overlooked, the dismissed, the maligned. We will give the world taco tomfoolery. There will be once again mischievous gifts. There will be tongue-in-cheek honors. There will be desmadre. Guáchalo.
The taco is more than just a food. It is a catalyst for nurturing community connections. Just as the taco is a vessel for nutrition, flavor, cultural, and history, the Taco Council will be a vessel to create a movement for empowerment, one handheld bite at a time. Our efforts will feed hearts, souls, and panzas alike. We will be the champions of this carne asada awakening, the keepers of birria building blocks, and the al pastor avengers of a new generation of taco trailblazers. Our vision will be to build a treasured legacy of flavor-filled truth on every lengua so the world may join us as we sing in a grateful chorus. Taco today, taco tomorrow, taco forever. Sin taco no hay vida. Sin vida no hay taco. Viva el taco.
Viva el taco.
¡Viva el taco!
Viva el taco.
Viva el taco.
Welcome to another edition of the Taco Life Room in the Taco Trail Taco Life Club. If you haven't already, please do us a favor and click on the green casita, join the club. And while you're at it, I'd like you to join us in becoming part of the International Taco Council. Yes, that's the big news. We are reimagining the San Antonio-based National Taco Council from the mid-20th century, and we're taking it worldwide. Yes. Now I would like to catch our Madam President off guard and ask her to say a few words, perhaps give a little background on how this came about.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, and thank you for nominating me for this presidency. Yeah, we've been talking on this clubhouse for the past few months, and it's been great. I think some of the foremost leaders and, thought leaders in the world of tacos in the United States have been gathering in this virtual space for the past few months at least. So this conversation just came about very organically. And it's interesting. I'm here in Detroit, which, a lot of folks, when you look on the national scale of things, national scope, you wouldn't think of Detroit as being a hub for Latinidad and tacos and all of that. But we're here, just like we're in Los Angeles, just like we're in Texas. And so this has really been like a great place to gather and share our thoughts, share our opinions, share our debates. And we really feel like, at this time, this is the perfect time to kind of reopen that conversation that was had some 40, 50 years ago by our forefathers in San Antonio, Texas. Back in the day, we had Chicano leaders they would send giant tamales and enchiladas and chalupas and stuff to the White House and to other elected officials as a way of saying, like, hey, we're here. We're part of this, we're part of the community as well. Don't you forget us. And we're at a time in our history when we need to restart that conversation. We need to talk about the issues that are affecting taqueros, that are affecting immigrant communities, that are affecting Latinos, and do it in a way that's, pardon the pun, but in a way that's palatable to people, and what is more palatable, what is more appealing than having a conversation about these issues over a plate of tacos.
I love it. Thank you, Serena. I'd like to go around the stage and ask everyone to chime in a little bit about why they decided to join the council. And to Eddie, Viana, and Isidro, I would also like to ask, why did you decide to help with the nitty-gritty before tonight? So first up, Eddie.
Hi. Well, thank you for including me on that, of course. All of this. I feel that for a long time, what we do is we divide ourselves, and we so many people out there will say, well, El Paso makes it best, or San Antonio makes it best, LA makes it best, or none of y'all make it best, or whatever. And there's so much more that unites us than that should be dividing us. And we can say, oh no, this is how we do it, and we make it different than you all, but it's all great stuff. And I think that's something that we gotta come together on. Is we come together around a taco. I have a poem where I say that tacos are different from burritos. Burritos are all wrapped up in themselves, but tacos are open and accepting. And I think that's what we gotta be. Nothing against burritos, of course, but still.
Yeah. All right. Eddie was the person who set up that wonderful Google Sheet that you all patiently filled out for me. And I will publish that manifesto on social media shortly. Eddie, you said you were a poet. In the categories of the members of this group, where do you fall? Are you just a poet?
Poet, home cook, aficionado. And I guess now also I'm an organizer. I made a spreadsheet.
All right, Viana, same to you, please.
Can you repeat the question? for the.
No, because I can't remember.
Just kidding. So it was like, why did I choose to join this group and support this effort? Yes.
Yeah.
And also who I am. So my name is Diana. I am born and raised in Los Angeles. I am a lifelong consumer of tacos. One of my favorite affirmations for hunger when I was a child was my mom always saying, "Pues vete a la cocina y hazte un taco," right? Like you could make a taco out of anything and it's a meal. And so that's kind of where my love for tacos comes from. I am also an educator and a poet. I write a lot about identity and culture and healing, and I believe taco is poetry on the plate. I love that, one can intermix and mingle the different things and layer different things in a taco and get many different flavor profiles. I love having seen the emergence of people trying to reimagine the taco for better or worse, and we can get into that later. But for me, it is something that is accessible and people love it and people unite around it. And so why not use the taco as a unifying factor or platform to really talk about some of the things that affect people, that affect Latinos, that affect, what it looks like for culture and identity in different parts of the world. I think the taco can do that. I chose to be part of this effort because I firmly believe in finding creative ways to issue poetic interventions when other sorts of interventions and connections don't work. And to me, there's nothing more poetic than the possibility of forming a coalition around something as delicious and unifying as the taco.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you. Isidro, my main man in social media tacodom. Tell me.
Well, it's quite simple for me. Like 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been open to this. I was probably more angry at things that aren't worth even being angry for. But this is the right time to do something like this. And for me, it's emotional because my dad was a taquero, and I see through him and my mom and my family this food that quite simply, frankly, saved our lives and propelled us into this American dream. And we've been able to achieve such beautiful things because of that. So as the word taquero needs to be pushed forward. It needs to be recognized as a profession. And my dream is to have a child somewhere or somebody go, man, when I grow up, I want to be a taquero. And this council will help push lots of narratives. But for me, it's because of the taquero. It's because I grew up the proud son of taquero. And, we're not here to gatekeep. Quite the opposite. We're here to be like, what you've heard before, or to be open. But at the same time, we can't stand by and watch others take this food or the words associated in this culture for granted. And quite simply, like the word taco, it's a beautiful word, but it sometimes gets taken for granted, and it gets used in ways that perhaps doesn't give us or our ancestors the credit for what they built. And so my role in here is to help support everybody here, but also to try and take that word back from the likes of Taco Bell. We're gonna ask, and we're gonna try to. We don't have problems with Taco Bells, but we just want them to respect the word. And so we're here to do things to push this culture forward. But for me, it's especially the taquero, and that's why I'm here. Thanks.
Thank you, brother. That was very touching. And we are happy to have your leadership and your thoughts on this. Luis, now it's your turn.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I apologize.
Luis, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, thank you. I'm Luis. You may notice that on here it says Foodie Monster because I am an former academic. Maybe I still am an academic because I love to study. I grew up in a restaurant family. I have it in my DNA, gastronomy, in particular Mexican food. And it is my passion project to promote local businesses, local taqueros, and to connect, my followers and so forth with them and supporting them. And I love learning as much as I can and sharing that knowledge as well. So that's my reason for being here and who I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Rodrigo.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing. I have to be quite honest with you. I was not aware of the storied history of the National Taco Council. And I just researched it right now, and this is really amazing.
You were supposed to read the manifesto. There's a link in there.
I read the manifesto. I breezed through it, not gonna lie, and I was like, okay. I honestly thought it was just being very honest, I thought it was kind of like very tongue in cheek. I thought, okay, but now that I'm actually looking at it, I'm like stunned, and I'm honored that I'm a part of this. I mean, this is really. I really would just want to elevate Isidro's words. Our people, nuestra gente, nuestra comunidad, we've come through so much, been just left behind and been pushed aside, that for us to be at a position where we could say, look, let's celebrate tacos. Quiero ser taquero. Mira ese taquero, que padre. Hey, hace buen comida ese güey. No, this and that. It just goes to show that, with perseverance, our gente, we can make things happen. So I'm just very humbled and honored and just appreciate the opportunity to serve in whatever capacity I can.
Thank you. Son Memo.
Wow. A lot of moving, touching stories here. A lot of very serious people about tacos. I'm be honest. Yo soy bien metiche. I'm nosy. Anything about tacos, I want to stick my head in there. I want to know what's going on. But I'm honored to be invited to be part of this International Council of Tacos. I don't know what much I have to contribute other than I know my taco scene in LA and by extension tacos from other parts of Mexico that come here. But I know that this group is starting it. I know that I've been a part of many conversations here with you guys. I know this is a good group, a solid group, and I enjoyed chatting with you guys. And looking forward to seeing how I can contribute. And most tacos are very important to me, like they are to everybody. And I'm always a big defender, a critic, and a promoter of them. So if I can help in any way, shape, or form here, I'd do that. So thanks for having me, guys. Looking forward to this.
Thank you. And for one of our very own taqueros, Amado Lopez.
Hello, how is everybody doing? Thank you for having me on stage. I am extremely honored to be part of this. I love what Isidro said, and I think that's amazing. I hope one day my kids could say that about me, that our dad did what he loved, and that I raised him the best that I could by selling tacos. And I am here to do whatever it needs that I can help with to make this culture better and more aware in the American palate, and that we could tell our stories through tacos, and we could connect people, teach people about our culture. That, there's so many times where I meet people and they don't even know that you have to warm up a tortilla. I have met a lot of people that they just, take the tortillas out of the packages and then start making tacos. It's pretty sad, but thank you for having me. My name is Amado Lopez.
That guy's so dedicated. He was talking while soaking wet, while it was raining. Jeffrey, I would like you to quickly take this room down a notch. Tell us how boring we are.
Quisiera decir que estoy muy agradecido de estar invitado a este proyecto. Es un honor. And the reason that I am proud to be part of this is I love the balance between protecting and defending and promoting ancestral traditions, making sure that the language and the people and the taqueros and the abuelas are taken care of and defended, but at the same time promoting innovation and not being blockers, and making sure that we remember that tacos are fun. I love in the mission where it says we will do this in earnest and in jest, and I salute everyone who's participating, and I thank you for having me.
And way down in McAllen Town, Andres Garza. Hi, Andres.
Hey, Jose. Again, super honored to be here. For people that don't know much about me, my name's Andres. I'm a molinero and a food anthropologist here in the McAllen, a border town in the U.S.-Mexico border. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what's to come with this. A couple months ago, I was selling tortillas at a farmer's market, being haggled by winter Texans because my prices were too expensive. So to be able to be in a place where we can, work on promoting Mexican cuisine and indigenous cuisine throughout the U.S., I think is pretty powerful. And reading into the history of the National Taco Council, it's just incredible that it can take new form in a reimagined way.
Thank you. And Toby's calling in from where?
From
Are you there, Toby?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So what time is it there?
It's 10:30 in the morning.
Okay. And what do you do, sir?
I've got a little taco shop and a taco cart down here in Sydney. And yeah, as far as the reason I decided to join this, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
As far as the reason I decided to join was the first time I went over to the States and Mexico. I was pretty struck by how misrepresented the food was back home. I guess ever since then, probably 5-6 years, I've been on a bit of a mission to teach myself and then teach everyone that comes past our restaurant about what Mexican food is. And it's been really good talking on these clubhouse chats and hearing a lot of the history and all that kind of stuff, and the political discourse, and not only understanding the food better, but understanding the stories behind it.
Thank you. Welcome, Ant.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor.
Anthony, how are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this. Kind of in the middle of not a scholar, but I love to eat tacos, so I could call myself a scholar, I guess, of tacos in a different way than some of you guys. But just like Lou said, and some of the other guys, Memo, I just try to use my platform to promote local taquerias, taqueros, try to find different local places that I can go when I'm traveling and so forth. So I just want to learn from all you guys and share what little knowledge I have, and do what I can to be a part of the group and make it as successful as possible.
Thank you. And now for el Maestro, Alejandro Escalante, down in Coyoacán. What's up, Alejandro?
Hello. Here in Mexico City, we are in La Colonia Roma, dining with Regino. And it's nice to be listening to you, but we are here in the restaurant with the music and everything, but glad to help on this project. I'm going to hand over here Regino to say some words.
Okay.
Gusto saludarlos.
Igualmente, Alejandro.
Igualmente. Gino.
Señores, buenas noches.
Buenas noches, Gino, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ya te imaginarás. Hanging out with the compadre over
Aplastado?
here. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
So it's very, Mexico City, it's a fabulous place. And it's even a lot better when you have a friend in it, and that you can hang out and he can show you things around. Secret little hide places and stuff. So it's always very grateful to come and hang out with this guy here. And this place is magnificent, man. This place is beautiful. It's called Migrante. It's in ¿cómo se llama aquí el barrio? Colonia Roma. En la Colonia Roma. It's super, super nice. And the chef is from Michoacán, so of course I have to be here.
Right on. Well, you guys go back to your eating and to your mezcal and probably your pulque too.
Yeah, I think that might come after this.
Okay. All right. Well, then moving on.
Muchas gracias, mucha suerte por allá y este proyecto tiene futuro, mucho trabajo. Lot of things to do.
A lot of things to
do.
For
all those themes, so interesting.
Yeah. Thank you, Alejandro. Welcome, Charlie.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
It is humbling to be in the presence of so many accomplished and talented people. I feel a little underqualified. There's so many people who are so directly involved with food. It's amazing. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley with Andres. We live very near each other, and I'm primarily a storyteller, a documentarian, producer of media. I'm very proud of the work that people do related to food around here. I try my best to use my platform to advocate for them and to show other people the artistry that's involved in making these foods. I think there's something very beautiful about the folks who get their hands and nourish us, and from the people who prepare to the people who grow our food. And it's an honor to be a part of this group and to hopefully be able to use some of that skill that I've learned telling those stories to help the council in its aims. And I hope we get into some trouble,
Some real good trouble. Tammy, my dear, it's been forever. How are you?
I'm good, Jose. It's so nice to be here in your company and the company of everyone else. Echoing what others have said, I'm honored to be a part of this and look forward to contributing in any way that I can. I produce a taco festival called Taco Libre. It takes place predominantly in Dallas, although we've done it in Austin, Texas as well. I started Taco Libre as just another event that our company did, another food event. And I say that with no disrespect to the taco at all, because I love a taco. But what I found was that this particular event based around the taco was so much more. It is about bridging cultures and community through food. There's a handful of you on this call that I would have never met had it not been for the taco, and I'm forever grateful for that. I'm a firm believer that the taco is an important food item on its own, but it also really is a bridge between communities. And I'm so thankful to be a part of that and thankful for the invitation.
So when are we going to get the next Taco Libre?
It's funny you should ask, Jose. I just had a meeting about that today, so I will fill you in on that tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. To catch up, everyone who has been joining us throughout the last 35 minutes, I just wanted to let you know, this room is about the reimagined International Taco Council. It's not the first of its kind, but it is the first of its kind. We are the successors of the San Antonio-based National Taco Council, which was active from the 1950s to the 1970s. They did a lot of good work. They had a lot of fun. And they raised wonderful awareness for not just the food, but for the people behind it. And we hope to highlight that nationally with members all over the U.S., but also Berlin, Sydney, Mexico City, Kansas City, and wherever tacos may land.
Detroit.
Detroit, yes. That's an important city, because when we held brainstorming sessions about forming this organization, one of the first things that came up was we cannot have it headquartered in Texas or California. So we chose Detroit because our fearless leader, Serena Marie Daniels, lives there. Now, I want to allow anyone else to come up, talk about their experiences with the taco, maybe ask questions about the group and the organization, or Isidro's going to have to sing.
I think it might be important to maybe mention some of the things that the organization did in the past. I know, like, we might have read it, but I don't know if most people have read it that are listening. You know, like pulling stunts like sending a 55-pound burrito to, like, who was it, Johnson or Nixon? Or, you know,
one of
like
them,
that.
yeah.
And, like, are we planning to do any stunts like that, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Yes, hell yeah. You know what? When Trump was getting elected in 2016, and there was this whole campaign about, oh, can you imagine taco trucks in every corner? That's exactly what we want. Here in Detroit, we had a family-owned taco truck in front of a Trump rally, and they parked in front of the Trump rally because they knew that okay, you want to bring up that attention, you want to start some shit, then okay, we'll be there and we're gonna support la gente, and they did that, and we saw this across the country. So yes, absolutely, we're gonna use the taco to cause some nonsense, to cause some mayhem, and to really make a point.
The Old Taco Council also named honorary Mexicanos. They were usually Anglos who contributed or supported Latino communities, including Lloyd Benson, who was a senator from Texas. And as some of you might remember, during a vice presidential candidate debate, he smacked down Dan Quayle quite easily. It was hilarious. We hope to do the same thing, and we're going to cast ballots about that soon enough. I personally want to nominate Lina Hidalgo, a Colombian immigrant who is now the head county judge of Harris County, home of Houston, for being a strong leader during the pandemic. What else did they do? They held informal dinners, luncheons, they held fundraisers. I would like us to not only hold taco summits where we bring together politicians, community leaders, restaurateurs, taqueros, to talk about the issues that connect them and find ways that the city and people walking past businesses can support one another, find common ground, not just because they like carne asada, but because they find value in the people behind the food. It would really be cool, but this is a long ways away, to hold a symposium that would be a huge taco nerd civic party. I also really want Isidro to begin a picket line in front of his local Taco Bell.
We want that word back. We really do.
What do you recommend?
Well, this is why we need any type of assistance. I know some of the panelists here said that they don't have a lot or, some experience, but you know what? Everybody brings something to the table. And, there's a lot of talent in here, and not just on stage, but I see people down in the lounge that have an enormous amount of talent, anything that they contribute. So it may sound like a funny thing, but I'm serious. Taco Bell has desecrated that word. Now, granted, if they were just solely judged on being an entrepreneur, have at it. That's the American dream to some. But that word, taco, has been desecrated by them, in my opinion. And so we want it back. So we have to find creative ways without being violent to get it back. And if they want to use it, We'll lease it out to them. We'll license it out, and those funds could go to local schools, and we do good with that. And so it's a win-win, things like that. Another minor thing, it's not a pet peeve of mine, but I hate that word guac. I hate it. I hate it. And I hate it.
That word is banned in LA Taco, by the way. It's one of our banned words.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that word because that's not its name.
Word.
Yeah, it's not its name. Everybody here, we all have our names. Imagine somebody says, "Oh, I can't call you that. It's too hard to pronounce. I can't." And I've lived it personally. But still, that nobody asked guacamole if we can call it guac, period. But yet it's been done. Let's change that. Let's ban that word. It's a word in a freaking dictionary now. And people use it loosely. Some people use it innocently. But we want it back. It needs to be guacamole.
Okay, Diana, you wanted to say something.
Yes, I wanted to add just a couple of things to piggyback on what what people have been saying already. But I think the main thing to think about here as we're looking to the activities of the Taco Council of Lore and what we want to do moving forward is just imagine what is possible when the taco becomes a catalyst for teachable moments, for conversations about things like food justice or dignity of professions or proper respect and adoption of the right vernacular for certain words. And I think that that's a very inspirational vision that a lot of people can and should get behind. And as someone who believes very deeply that anything can be the inspiration for meaningful conversation, and we can all make meaning of things if we think about what is possible when the taco can facilitate teachable moments. We may have a lot of great ideas in this room around what other types of activities, hijinks, stunts, whatever we want to call them, right? They can be creative and they can be collaborative, and they can also be a little bit playfully combative, because that is the best way to discuss differences and to take back things that belong to our culture and to our people.
Right on.
I have an idea.
Yeah? Go ahead.
For Taco Bell, I mean, I'm a very mischievous guy. I've done a bunch of pranks, but for Taco Bell, I've always wanted to see what it would be like to put a taco truck or a taco stand outside of Taco Bell, right on the front, on the curb, and just start selling tacos and be to people pulling into the driveway, be like, "Hey, who wants a taco?" And then the employees just give him a taco and just, "Here are tacos. You want tacos? Here are tacos." I don't know. Maybe doing something like that would be fun. And doing it around the country, since we're all in different places, just start moving it and fucking with them.
Well, it's only fair because, as everyone knows, Taco Bell tried to set up in Mexico and they got laughed out of town.
Yeah, they did.
They're opening up their first shop in Western Australia soon. I can't believe they aren't already there. But, we have our very own taco truck owner right here. Amado, would you park your taco truck in front of a Taco Bell?
Yeah, what's funny that where I'm looking at putting my my restaurant, there's a Taco Bell about maybe about half a mile from me, and it's always packed. It's always packed. I think we should do it. Why not? Fuck it.
What kind of tacos would we serve out of that taco truck?
Oh, we gotta do carnitas. We gotta do carnitas. We gotta do birria. We gotta do al pastor. All the shit that Taco Bell doesn't do, that they don't know how to do.
You mean no chalupas?
Foodie Monster, Director of Marketing.
I wonder if we can get a sign made that just says "not Taco Bell."
Okay. Let me just clarify, because it's really interesting. Back in the day, during the original Taco Council, they sent chalupas to the White House. So that's interesting. I don't know what chalupas looked like back in the day, but in the 70s. But we we got to do our research. We got to make it foolproof, and don't let them come back and be like, "Oh well, chalupas are part of our grand tradition," or some be us.
Right off the top of my head, I would think Amado would park his truck there, and then we would take video and we would ask people to, hey, which taco would you choose? And then put a Taco Bell taco on one side and one of Amado's tacos on the other side. And
Oh my God, I love it.
I think that would highlight the choices, right? People are like, holy shit, this and that, here's this taco and here's this taco. Is this really a taco or is this like a derivative or a, some type of terrible taco idea or whatever? And I think that would pop off, a good little TikTok video or RG video.
Yeah, no, that's perfect because Amado and we both live in Detroit area. So I can definitely go down there and shoot video. Also, I run a publication called Tostada Magazine. It's online, and we've been tackling a lot of issues about representation and authenticity for since the beginning. So I am definitely down to go down to one of the local Taco Bells in Metro Detroit and follow what Amado does. I think we would get a lot of traction for sure.
There's so many good suggestions as we take off with this and we set up social media channels. And I think we already have a Twitter and an Instagram, but throw these ideas forward. LeBron James, who I call Cabron James, he wanted to do a Taco Tuesday. He failed at it, but he hasn't spoken to any of us. So if anybody knows LeBron, hey, let's sit down with him and have a nice conversation around the community. I'm sure he does a lot for the community. There's no doubt. But in the case of him, trying to copyright Taco Tuesday, let's find out. Well, maybe he could be an ally, right? Let's shoot for the moon.
I think he got enough backlash and dropped it, though. So I don't think he's pursuing that anymore.
Creo que de lo de Amado es una súper buenísima idea. Sería como tacos, o sea, auténtico versus procesado. Y creo que unos tacos auténticos no se compara con algo que se vende en esos fast food restaurants, porque cuando uno hace una comida, un guisado o un taco con amor, el sabor es totalmente diferente. Así que yo sí me uno al Team Amado.
Right. One last point. Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to give Jorge the opportunity to speak since he just came up.
Thank you, Jose. Exactamente lo que dijo Isidro. Sorry for it. El taquero no es sido respetado. Se tiene que respetar más por la tradición, igualmente por el amor con lo que estaba haciendo Elizabeth. Más de todo, if y'all were thinking about doing something like that, like set up shop, like literally in front of Taco Bell, that'll be pretty good. It's calling it Taco Campana or something like that. Actually pushing real carne asada, none of this processed carne asada que venden. It's a disgrace. And then also unos frijolitos refritos, bien refritos, so you can taste the love to the food. That would be awesome.
Right on. What's up, Rodrigo? Sorry for cutting you off, man.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. I think one of the things that the original council was really good at, just from reading what I was, what I was read and what Serena was able to graciously provide, was their interactions with politicos, right? And I think that would be great. You've already identified one person in Houston that we can reach out to. Maybe we can identify one person in each of our respective cities and set something up so that, we offer them, some plate, or we go, we eat at a authentic place or this and that. I'm sure that they would love the PR. We could use the PR, and we both kind of combine our resources and promote it, and then they know, hey, this is a real thing. Show them the history. I thought I was well versed in history, man, but I had no idea about this. And I'm sure a lot of the representatives who are down for this would be probably shocked to hear about this, or at least not know the entire history of it. So I think that would be great. You already identified one politician in Houston. I know a couple here in San Antonio and a few in Houston as well. But if we know, maybe just one person in each city, I think that'd be great. And we could start kind of highlighting that and, collaborating them so that not only do we get them to support our cause, but also highlight a particular restaurant in a particular city. And I think that would be great to, kind of push not only tacos, but also the political involvement and the legacy that was left by the original Taco Council.
That's a great idea. I'd love to, maybe we get an alcalde de taco en cada ciudad importante, a taco mayor. So every city is and if we want to get the word out, we know who the person is.
And Memo's probably going to vote for Gavin Newsom.
What happened to him? Is he still alive?
Memo?
He might be out of a job, so maybe he may be looking for another political outlet. But
I think Memo just fainted.
No, I'm here. I'm listening. I have nothing clever to say back. Like, I am. So what?
All right. Well, folks, we're coming up at the end of our hour. We have one last hand raised, and then we're going to have last thoughts with an open room. Cesar, where are you, buddy? Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going, Jose?
It's going right. How are you?
I'm good. Joining for the first time. I didn't know this was an app, so I had to learn a lot today. I just wanted to ask, I joined and you guys were talking about a manifesto. Is that something that was sent out, or where could I access it so I could read up on it and kind of know, start from the ground floor on what the thoughts and mission statement of the group is?
Yeah, so drop me, I think you have my email address, but why don't you drop me your email address in the back channel, and I'll send you all of the relevant information.
Okay.
And for those not already signed up, if you are interested, please reach out to me via social media, Clubhouse, Twitter, Instagram. If you know me personally, then you have my phone number and you can just text me. I would also like to ask that you follow the council on social media. We are on Facebook and we are on Twitter. And the handle on Twitter, while I have everyone, is at INTL Taco Council. Make sure to follow, and I'm going to open the room for final thoughts. First person to unmic.
Hey,
goes.
Hey guys, I think everybody's got this kicked off in excellent style. I look forward to where this goes, and feel free to reach out to me if I can help any of y'all, or you just want to talk tacos. One thing that I would be very excited about, maybe not in the immediate future, but in the near future, is collaborating with charities that, relate, whether it be a cultural themed charity or myself, I do a lot with food. And so I support charities that help those that don't have food. And anyway, I just wanted to say that real quick. Look forward to working with you guys.
Thank you, Luis. Anyone else before I pass it over to Isidro? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. Go ahead, Diana. Wait.
Sorry. This is Elizabeth.
Yeah. Hi, sorry.
That's okay. A final thought, lo que puedo decir es, podrán copiarnos, pero nunca autenticarnos.
Great thought. Okay. Isidro.
Yeah, just want to thank everybody here, especially Eddie, Diana, and Serena, for helping us put this together. You guys reading it out loud, and Serena being our leader. And it's just, there's a lot of hard work ahead. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fun. And that's what's the world is yet to find out, how fun and this food can be for everyone. So anything that anybody can do and help out as we grow this, please just get in touch with us. And I can't wait to work this hard. So I want to thank everybody again. And thanks a lot, Jose, for facilitating this today.
I wanted to jump in real quick because there's actually a huge storm here in Detroit and my electricity has been cut off, and so my reception is not that great. And so as long as I have you guys, as long as I can hear you all, I just wanted to jump in, and I really love these suggestions and these ideas for how to get people involved in this effort. Myself, I'm a journalist. Like I said, I run TostadaMagazine.com here in Detroit. Really here to support the culture and food journalism from the point of view of communities of color. And over the next few months, I'm going to be doing a lot of work in terms of like interviewing taqueros and like people who work in the restaurant industry, especially in immigrant communities. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing over the next few months is like interviewing people like individually, restaurant owners, taco truck owners, and like finding out what their issues are and finding what their stories are, in part to gather information for my own reporting. But I really truly I genuinely feel like there's an opportunity for us to do this kind of work across the country. And so I'd like to, for those of you who are interested in supporting in one way or another, or having a conversation one way or another, or you say like, hey, Serena, you should interview so-and-so in Houston or in San Antonio or in LA or, Denver or wherever, just let me know, because I'm doing this work for Detroit, but because this is where I live, but this is work that can be replicated all over the country and all over the world, really, to really find out what's going on with people and really get people's voices. Because at the end of the day, I don't know, like what Anthony Bourdain used to love to say, we love Mexican food, but we don't love Mexican people. And the truth of the matter is, celebrating tacos and celebrating Mexican food is great, but we're not doing our job if we're not really talking to the folks and finding out really what is going on and hearing from them the issues that they're dealing with. And so that's one of the things that I really want to focus on as president. So if any of you want to reach out to me, just let me know. Just, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or what have you, or here on this channel. So that's what I've got to say. And pray for me. Hopefully I get some power back on in the next couple hours.
Good luck. And with that, I bid you all a very good night. Take us away, brother.
All right, everyone. Please unmic and say your goodbyes, because this room will self-destruct in 10 tacos. 9 tacos.
Adios.
8
Adios.
tacos.
Bye.
6
Thank
tacos.
you. Thanks, everyone.
5 tacos.
Viva el taco.
4 tacos.
Goodbye,
3 tacos.
everyone.
2 tacos. 1 taco. Good night, everyone.
Que vive esta conclusión.